was an interesting one. It ended in favor of France. Of course, 2-1 that ended. And quite a number of African teams who have qualified for the World Cup are also engaged in a series of friendlies. Yeah, and we'll get to talk about that. Just a quick recap of some of the games that have been happening. In fact, there are some teams that are still fighting to qualify for the World Cup. So the UEFA playoffs are still ongoing. Yesterday, all the semi-final games took place, and we're just waiting for the finals that will be happening this weekend. And also, there's the FIFA playoffs, which are also taking place in Mexico. And just a quick recap of some of the games that have happened in terms of the UEFA playoffs. You've got Turkey, Romania who played, and you've got Czech and Ireland. That game went to penalties, and Czech, of course, advanced to the finals. Denmark also advanced to the finals, and you have Italy also playing. Italy, of course, that's an interesting story. I was just watching a replay of that game, the excitement on the technical bench. It's almost like they went to assemble some of their finest former players to try and help the team get to the World Cup, and they are on the cusp of making it. They will have to face Bosnia and Herzegovina in the finals, and then they can advance to the World Cup. It looks like they just might be able to make it. We'll try and see what has gone wrong for them, because ordinarily they should not be in this very position, but here they are. They've really struggled. Poland also advanced to the finals, likewise Kosovo. Sweden also made it to the finals. So that's what has happened as far as the playoffs in Europe is concerned. There's also the FIFA playoffs, and Bolivia did defeat Suriname, and you also had that's where you find Africa's DR Congo also having to face Jamaica in the finals. That's path A of that playoffs. So DR Congo, they have an opportunity to play in the World Cup. They first have to defeat Jamaica, then they'll pick up that slot there. So really interesting things unfolding there. And as I mentioned, quite a number of friendly games are also happening today. And you look at it, England have got a game today against Uruguay. England, of course, they are in Ghana's group. You've got Netherlands also playing Norway today. You've got Switzerland and Germany playing today. Spain and Serbia playing today. Argentina and Mauritania also playing today. So quite a number of friendlies unfolding. And even some have already taken place. Cameroon lost to Australia today. The game, of course, was played quite early in the morning. They lost to Australia 1-0. That game ended. And Capo Verde, who are also playing the World Cup for the very first time, they played Chile in another friendly, and they lost 4-2. Nigeria didn't qualify, but as we speak, they are engaged in a friendly against Iran, and they're winning that by 1-0 as we speak. So that's pretty much some of the things happening there. I've got the guys in studio. Sitso is seated. Dawn in his red. It's a red Lacoste he's wearing. He's got the cap also on, and Daniel Cranty, I don't know. He's just wiping his lips like that. I'm not sure what it is. What's the excitement with Sitso? Like he looks excited. He's just wiping his lips. Daniel is also smiling to that. He's wondering what I'm talking about. He's got his long sleeves off white, whether it's cream or something like that. Yeah, and Atsu is also in his wine. Got some wine African outfit, colored there. I'm not sure they are yet on Facebook, so I'm just trying to give you an idea of what they are on at the moment. So when they start streaming, you see them for yourself. Anyway, guys, good afternoon and good to have you here.
Musba, good afternoon. You cool. This generation, we have destroyed radio.
Really?
Yes. I mean, those days radio.
Some mystery to it.
There was some mystery to it. I could wear slippers, wear shorts, wear some nice me see that shorts.
Some nice
we call it
You don't want to say. You just some nice shots. Just
What's
keep it
the
like
time?
that. Yeah.
But now the kids are in school. Nice medium shows like that. You know, and then you can just enter the studio and everybody's just listening via radio.
They don't see what you are doing.
Radio
in
is
studio.
TV.
Yeah, man.
You know, so in some way.
Yeah, man. Yeah. They want to see. That's why all that.
But I miss the.
Really?
Yeah. I miss that. I miss when radio was radio and TV was TV. So two different characters, two different feels, two different looks. So I could just walk into the radio studio. You know, it's not like you're looking bad. You look okay, but nobody sees it. Yeah. But when you're going to TV, you're going to TV. It's a different thing. But these days, what works for radio works for TV. You know, and what works for TV.
Everything is in your face.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Until about 10 years ago, unless you worked in the media space or at a radio station, you didn't know what a studio looked like.
Yeah.
You had no idea.
You're always wondering, how are they talking? How am I hearing? Like, the guy talking, I like him, but how do I? What does it look like? Those days you meet somebody, say, "Oh, this is the guy already." It's like, it doesn't look his voice.
Really? Yes.
Yeah, you know.
These days, no one can say that.
But they see you already. They see you finish.
You see you can understand why we've gotten to where we are now. Because Charlie, the people,
the world is changing. We have to go with it.
Yeah. The earpiece, you know, that is the thing that is they are listening to musicals. So you have to catch them on social media. You have to catch them there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, on the X space and wherever you go, we'll catch you.
We'll catch you wherever. They should bring another platform. We'll be there.
And they said they don't want to listen to the radio. We'll find you.
We'll find it. We'll push it to you. We'll show you down your throat.
Yeah. We'll bet you. Yeah. Anyway, guys, let's stay interactive on 055 11 997 055 11 997. Let's hear from you. We're going to hear from some fans, Otoado first, and then we hear from Jordan and you briefly, and then some fans what they expect of the game today. Just say a big thank you to Betway. They are, of course, part of our partners on the game plan, and it's all about the Betway influencer. Telling you that it's time to get rewarded as the next big sports betting influencer with Betway. And all you need to do is to place bet and share your codes with friends, fans, and followers. And if they place bet using your code, you will earn 4% of your wager. So it doesn't matter whether it's a win or loss. If they bet with your code, you earn 4% cash off their wager amount. This means the more people bet with your code, the more you will earn. And that means that you need to start betting, sharing, and winning with Bet Influencer exclusive to Betway. And of course, remember that terms and conditions do apply and is regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. And we always encourage you to bet the responsible way, because at Betway, you always get way more. Well, also, if you are someone who is interested in aviation, you probably want to become a pilot, you want to work in the aviation space, then TravelX Aviation is the place you got to be. Now, your aviation career starts here at TravelX Aviation. Train with TravelX Aviation, an AITA authorized training center in Ghana, offering internationally recognized certification designed to launch and grow your career in travel and aviation. We offer airline cabin crew training, airline customer service course, foundation in travel and tourism, with Amadio's diploma, travel and tourism consultant certification, managing the travel business diploma, BSP essentials for travel agent, accounting and financial management for travel agencies, and Harvard manager mentor for AITH students and graduates. So whether you are an SHS graduate, you're a tertiary student, you're a career changer, or aviation professional looking to upgrade your skills, this is your opportunity. Enjoy flexible day and evening classes. Travel Lex Aviation, we say, empowering your aviation dreams. So call us today to enroll or visit us at Kotoka International Airport, adjacent the airport post office, or you can call us on 0246 567898 or 0542815087. You can visit our website at www.travelxgh.com. TravelX Aviation, the aviation training experts.
Mubimbe. It will be a very, very interesting game. Surely we expect an intense game, as all the Austria matches are, and everybody knows the coach who likes to press high and a little bit of Red Bull school. So this is what we expect. We know that they are very, very good, very, very physical, very, very high intensity, a lot of runs. The profiles of the players are really, really high. They play in good clubs. But we also have good players, good footballers. Will be very, very interesting also for us after a long period to play in Europe against a European team. And I think for both teams it will be a very, very good test match.
Yeah, that's Otuado there. What about the captain of the side, Jordan Ayew? How ready is the team? How are they approaching this game? What should Ghanaians expect from the Black Stars at 5 p.m. today?
Obviously, it will be a good test because it's a high-profile game, and going into the World Cup, playing this type of games is only a positive thing as well. So, as players, we're really looking forward to it, and we'll see how it goes. We have the ambition to have a good result tomorrow. So, we're not coming here just for holidays or just to walk. We're coming here to work hard and to perform and to get a good result. It's not going to be easy, but we'll give ourselves the best chance to be successful tomorrow. We want to play for our country, we want to do well for our country, so every game is important. Even though we know these two games are really important, but even previously the other games were important as well, but just that sometimes it is what it is, you know.
Yeah, so that's Otuado and the captain of the side, Jordan Ayew. Of course, Jordan most likely going to feature today. Let me come to the boys now. Black Stars getting ready for the World Cup. Two very crucial games for the Black Stars. I've heard a lot of people say, well, the result wouldn't matter much. They just want to look at the performance. It's been a while the Black Stars played a game. I mean, it's almost how many months now? Actually, how many months since the Black Stars played a game? Since November.
November, yeah.
Yeah. Some say missing out on the AFCON was a big loss for the Black Stars. And this...
So 4 months.
4 months?
Yeah.
Will these games be enough to prepare the Black Stars for the World Cup? Sijo?
It should be. Because for most of the countries you're going to be playing against, they've had the same windows as you've had. It was irregular the time we had the AFCON. So we are not going to say there's always that kind of competition before the World Cup, so you always need it. Sometimes there is, sometimes there isn't. But of course, when there was an opportunity for us to have gone into a proper testing ground to have an understanding of our team, we failed to be there, and that was the AFCON. So yeah, it's a missed opportunity to have not gone there to test ourselves, test our methods, test our style, our players, and for the coaches to learn more about the team. But for several other countries, they've virtually had to use the same international windows as we have had to use to prepare. So are the games enough? Because of where the team is coming from, no. Peculiar to Black Stars. If it's a French national team, if it's England, if it is Spain, if it's even Senegal, even if Senegal didn't go to the AFCON, and Morocco went out at the AFCON, because of the continuity we've seen in the last 4 years, you would say, yeah, it's fine. But because Ghana struggled 2 years ago and last year we seem to have been on something good, you'd have wanted more. So I think for Ghana alone, in this case, isolating Ghana and having a conversation about Ghana, it may be a game or two short of what I think it's required for us to properly learn about ourselves.
I mean, Daniel, I think more so has to do with the squad. Yes, I think at this point, Otuado probably has an idea of the team he wants to go to the World Cup with, but he's giving some other players opportunity to try and see how they could fit into the team going into the World Cup. And again, I'm not sure if these two games, because I mean the game against Wales by that time he's clearly has chosen the players he wants to take to the World Cup, but not sure if those two games will be enough for some of these players to justify their inclusion in the World Cup.
2 games definitely not enough, but the fact that he's called them, maybe you see, we don't know what the coaching plan is. We don't know what exactly they are looking for. So maybe from their notes, 2 games may be enough. Somebody like Elisha Owusu, he used 45 minutes to convince Otuado. Salis also. It didn't take long. They came in, did a job in 1 or 2 games, not in the full 90 minutes, and they won the plane to
Qatar.
Qatar.
It was a game in Qatar. It was a game in
Switzerland.
Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, the Switzerland game that took him to the World Cup.
True.
So again, we don't know exactly what they've jotted down in their notes. All we know is that a number of players have been given their debut collapse. Just a couple of months to the World Cup. So I'm sure if you take that sort of risk, then you are sort of sending the message that it is possible for them to make an impression and go to the World Cup. So for that, it's now down to the players to make sure that they do what it takes and they impress Otto and his backroom staff enough for him to take them to the World Cup. But it's going to be a very good test for the team. Germany and Austria, starting with Austria tonight. 2 very good teams. If you look at the friendlies that we've played since the end of the World Cup qualifiers, very commendable. South Korea and Japan, really tough tests. Then Austria and Germany, and then we end it out against Wales. And I'm happy. It's funny, but it's Wales failing to make it to the World Cup yesterday during the playoff sort of helps us, because if you go into that game and they are also thinking about a World Cup, they can sort of take their foot off the pedal. And we saw something similar the last World Cup against Switzerland. We won the game, but Switzerland didn't play the way we expected them to play, only for us to go and get booted out to the group stages.
Yeah.
So
they were also being cautious, like you mentioned.
Yes.
Yeah,
so if you are facing a team that isn't going to the World Cup,
but isn't that also a risk for the team? Because if you are facing a team that knows that Charlie, we don't go to the World Cup, so they can't do Takashi and Gidi. You can.
No, it's not necessarily Takashi. They are professionals, so they will play their game. I don't think anything will come in to harm anybody. And in fact, we'll also be happy if Ghana beats England. So I just think it's much better for us to get a team that is ready to compete, giving us a proper feel of what to expect at the competition, being it our last game before we go. But just to stick on these 2 games, really good friendlies, and hopefully Otuado can get the best out of the team in these 2 friendlies and give us much needed boosts ahead of the competition in June.
Interested. I want us to get a bit tactical. What it is that Otuado should be focusing on. What specific areas do you think he should be focusing on using these two games? But been some very interesting reaction from the public in terms of what they want from the team in these 2 friendlies. Is as though it is the World Cup that has actually started for Ghanaians. Listen to some of them.
I know they see Ghana winning that match. At the same time, I know they see Austria to say them go win Ghana in the first place. You understand? So if it be Ghana, you understand? But the squad we get right now, then the qualities, then the coach. I know they see Ghana say them go win the match. But hopefully them for win, Charlie. Hopefully them go win. But my prediction be draw for that match inside. Yeah.
Say me Ghana any day. Me say we say Ghana beating Kuni. Me say Ghana beating Kuni.
Friendly match any day. 50-50. Me who say Ghana beat me awene. Austria so beat me awene. It 50-50. Enti say yes Ghana enyame nwanwa. Na Ghana so sha enyame nwanwa.
I think it will be a 1-1 draw or a goalless draw. I don't think we are at our strongest yet, and I also think we are good enough since the World Cup period is approaching. I think a lot of people will be willing to kill themselves to secure their places. So put up a good fight. That's what I'm predicting a draw. Initiative.
I mean, it's not just these people. almost everywhere you go, people are very, 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 very cautiously optimistic about the Black Stars. He said, if you compare that to what the FA president even said at the fundraising, the variance, you can see the gap. On the street, people are like, Charlie, Black Stars in there, but the FA president is very confident. He said, Charlie, we are targeting the ultimate. Everybody is beatable. But on street, people are very cautious. What is happening? We've qualified for the World Cup.
Like this. I think if you want to go back to a period, or if you want a period where pre-match talk was colored by a lot of optimism and hope, you perhaps have to go back to the periods when we were making the AFCON semis at a canter. Well, we'll just turn up and make the semis. That was when there was the belief. Even then, Ghanaians had this cynicism about them where pre-AFCON, the talk was, well, but they are not winning it. They should go and win it. You get me? So, it is not typical of Ghanaians to, before a major tournament, be all positive and bubbly and excited about what is to come and sort of be projecting our chances of beating some of these opponents. Maybe 2006 because it was the first time, and generally there was a jolly feel-good factor about qualifying for the World Cup, something we hadn't done before, and so people were just happy about it. But every other time, up until 2015, the vibe has been different. Look, to your question about what my expectations are, my answer will be in twofold. The Otto I know, you'll get your usual back three, if not some 4-2-3-1 variation of it. So maybe Jerome Opoku, Faifa, Jiku in your back three, and then Derek Kong, because we want to see what the trouble was all about to get him. Senaya as well. We want to see what he brings to the team. And you've got, 4 preparatory games before the World Cup. This is the first of those. So we want to see what you intend to do at the World Cup. And I think that's what Otto will do with his back three for games like this. And then maybe in the middle, you would see Kwesi Sibo and Thomas Partey, Jordan further up the pitch, Antoine Semenyo further up the pitch, and maybe Abdul Fattah Issahaku is the way they would play. But, and I know this is not going to happen, but I would love to see it. I have seen Otto's back three and the 4-2-3-1 and the variations of those two formations over the 2-year period that he has coached the team. I'm not convinced. I don't believe those formations represent the best tactical context given the players we have and their skill sets or their profiles.
Charlie, he left like 2 or 3 months ago.
I get you. But I don't believe that is the best use of the players that we have. That is not to say you cannot get any kind of results. I mean, qualification for the World Cup is evidence that he can play that way and then still get you there. But I think you can get a bit more from this team if you set them up differently. One of my pet peeves with the back three is that the whole concept of it's under Otto, or the way he deploys it, is very reductive. It's very conservative. And so we do it to be compact and not necessarily to give our best players or to platform our best players in the tactical context where they will thrive. That's why when you watch the Black Stars, you don't have any memories of the fullbacks or the wingbacks in that back three providing the width, providing the creativity from wide areas, being threats like you would see in other teams that have used back three. So if you think about Alexandro at Juventus, if you think about Conte and his use of the Spaniard Marcos Alonso, if you think about the way Conte, even with the Italian team, were, you don't see that. In terms of how we build up, we don't play from the back like those teams. Our centre-backs are not even good at passing the ball forward.
Is it not so much also because this is a national team? You're dealing with a national team.
Yeah, but I'm saying that styles are defined by skill sets. So you look at this formation and you think it would work because there are certain tools that are required to pull it off. And those tools or skills exist in the squad that I have got. That is why you try to build that squad. yes, I get it that coaches want to leave their imprint on the squad, but it is not always great to try to shoehorn players into your set of ideas that you want, that you think the team should mirror. You get the point I'm making. So when I watch our back three, I don't get that width that your wing backs are supposed to provide. You don't get the sense that the center backs are going to influence the build up in the first phase the way we do. And even when we go long, it is not always accurate. More often than not, it is not accurate from the center backs because none of them are ball players. Look, even Salisu, who a lot of us thought in his days at Real Valladolid that because he was playing in Spain and he had that, we have seen that there are limitations to that aspect of his game, and it is not the kind that is as profound as we thought it was going to be. So I want to see a deviation from that. I want to see the team play with 3 midfielders, and we have the options. You have a destroyer in Kwesi Sibo. You have someone who gives you a lot of energy and intensity in Caleb Urenchi. And then you've got Thomas Partey, who's the brains of the operation. Those 3 will more than complement themselves very well. It will take time. It will take 3 or 4 games because we haven't tried that before. But there is a basis to believe that on paper, those profiles will complement themselves. Why I gravitate towards that midfield 3 also is the fact that it gives you sufficient cover to unleash at any point in time one of your fullbacks. So if it is Senaya on the right, Gideon Mensah on the left, or Derek Con, if you think despite being wing back by trade, he can do a job as a left back, he would have that protection behind him if you are playing with 3 midfielders. Because at any given time, it is at most 2 that will join the attack. You would have 1 joining and then providing that defensive cover, right? So that you give yourself the best possible chance of playing. And I would want to see Semenyo wide, but given that flexibility of making that determination of when to enter the box and add to the numbers there, than the manner in which, or similar to the manner in which he's been used at Manchester City. So I want to see us with a bit more verve. I want us to be a bit brave. Because look, the whole essence of the back 3 in the manner that Otoado deploys it is to sort of limit damage. That's why whenever
you can understand why, right?
But I'm saying that I would rather play on the front foot and give myself the best chance of winning a game than to look at it from the lenses of let's try to, as much as possible, limit the damage and see if we can sneak a chance. Because look, England, that a lot of us anticipate that he's going to play that, they will beat you anyway. If you want to play that conservative football, all other things being equal, there is a higher chance that they will beat you. I would rather give myself a chance of causing an upset by platforming my best players rather than trying to get them to play in a system that they can look very uncomfortable in and still end up losing.
But I mean, interesting. And Sicho, is it really the case that the system that Otoado has deployed so far has not, I mean, look beyond the fact that we've qualified to the World Cup. When you watch the game, when you watch the individual games that he's deployed that system, has it really been overly conservative? Because we've seen chances created and we've seen players miss certain chances that were created in games that we've watched. And we were like, Charlie, you should be barring some of these chances. And it's that system that produced those chances for the team. I
think we should be careful not to mix the last 2 years. A terrible 2024 and a decent 2025. I think in 2025, the team played a lot better. They were a bit more cohesive. I won't say they created a lot of chances, but they looked promising, a lot more promising than they were in 2024. 2024 will remind us of the AFCON qualifiers disaster. 2025 will remind us of the continuation of our World Cup qualifiers. However you look at it, it hasn't for me mattered how Otto has started his team. We've not necessarily been able to sustain any form of patterns for most of the games we've played over 90 minutes. So we've seen signs of what a team can look like. We've seen signs of what a team can do. But it hasn't been consistent enough for us to come to a conclusion that this is how Otoado's technical team wants the team to play. And I think, in a sense, that is what a lot of Ghanaians want to see. They want to identify with a style, a principle. If you like, people will say these days, a philosophy. And that is what we've not had in a very long while. But going into the World Cup, we also should be mindful that every single game is different. Some of the best teams in the World Cup are teams that handle every game as a final.
Yeah.
So the way Ghana could play against England can be very different from how they approach against Panama and how they play against Croatia. So when a manager calls a team, calls a group of players, he looks for profiles that gives him the opportunity to find solutions to every single opponent he anticipates is going to meet, at least in the first hurdle, which is the group stage. So I don't think Otto will play England the same way he will play Panama and the same way he will play Croatia. But it's also important for Otto and the technical team to respect opponents and accept who they are. So obviously, you can't go and play expansive football against England and maybe Croatia, because when it comes to technical ability-wise, they are by far better than the players we've got. And that is no disrespect to the Black Stars. Is that a simple matter of fact? However, in the Black Stars, we've got players in our team. If a strategy is devised, can also cause an upset or can also find weaknesses in that English team, I think that's what he's going to be thinking about. Then you play against Croatia as well. You know how technically gifted they are in the middle of the park. You know they can be slow on the attack, even not so anymore with some of their young players coming through this team. They can be quite frightening on the attack, unlike 4 years ago. And we know that defensively they are very rugged. They like the physicality and everything. So you also devised a strategy for that. So again, I'm looking at this game against Austria, looking at how fast, physical and hard Austria presses and how we are able to evade the press against Austria. It's going to be, for me, it's going to be game by game scenario for me. So I'm looking at Austria. How does Austria play under Ralf Rangnick? High pressing, very physical, very quick, recover the ball very quickly, transition very quickly, and are able to come teams in their own half and build pressure on those teams. How are we able to evade their press? Are we going to pass through them? Are we going to go over the top to find somebody and get people for them to bounce the ball off? That is all I'm going to be looking for. That when we play against Austria and in the second half of the game, Ralf Rangnick makes a change, how are we able to respond? Right? Let's say we start with a system that Ghana is dominating the game. All of a sudden they switch and they are dominated. How do you respond? Because we saw it in the 2020 Qatar, whatever the year was, 2022. Then the game against Portugal, as soon as the penalty went in, we tried something and all of a sudden our game plan went off. Against South Korea, 2 goals up, they switched things in their team. We didn't respond and it was 2-2. Then we got a third goal. Right, so I'm looking for that. I'm looking for scenarios where in-game management, in-game tweaks, and every other thing. Because at the World Cup, that is how teams that have gone on to do it all the time.
I mean, in terms of the department, Daniel, of course, if you look at the forwards options we've got, Inaki is out, Brendan is out. They've brought in Daniel J in there. Some have raised, all kind of questions about him and if indeed he can do something. Otuado probably has seen something in him. So right now we've got Jordan Ayew and we've got Antoine Semenyo and the Daniel J guy.
The Daniel J.
Fatai
Isahaku.
Prince Edu Kwabna and Bonsuba.
There's also Kamaldeen Suleiman.
So those are the forwards, and in midfield,
Konigsdorf has also coming.
Yeah, he's been called in.
Yeah, he's also been called in now. Then in midfield, it does appear that we might just. Hey, Brahim Suleiman is actually back to the side, right? Solid player.
Yeah.
And Caleb is also in there, and Thomas is in there.
Elisha
is also in there.
And Sibo.
Yeah, Kwesi Sibo is there. Kwesi Sibo is there. That's a World Cup squad, and that's a set to be so.
A Boba.
Yeah. Maybe the one where you come in last minute, maybe you just take and do friendlies, but maybe let's not jinx some of these chances, but it looks like maybe he might not be able to get the card, but the rest of them, the forward there, it looks like they might get it. I'll just get your thoughts on, in terms of department, which of the department do you think Otuado will be looking at testing and preparing, using these games to prepare,
I think the right back spot. We know we've had an issue there. Thankfully, Senaya has come into the team.
Senaya, if he disappoints, we worry.
You worry. We really look. We need him. We need him to perform.
Because seriously,
everybody in the machine.
No, if he disappoints, we worry.
He really worry. So we need him to perform
because
he really needs to perform. And it's not just him. I think Derek Con also
absolutely
at wing back. If Otto decides to play the wing back in any of the 3 back in any of these games, we need those 2 to give us some hope going forward. That at least they are a better
on the position
wing backs. They can give us the balance of going forward and also defending. And it's also very important. You see, he tried Fatah Isahako at wing back in that away game against Angola. It didn't work out too well.
He got an injury.
And then he got injured. But his positioning was a bit suspect.
Now that you mentioned that means that's like 5 players tried for that left wing back.
Yeah, he's tried quite a number. But it's about striking the balance. It's a specialized position. If you don't know how to do, you don't know how to do it. And we see Gideon is a much better fullback than a wing back. He doesn't have that. He's risk averse. He doesn't going forward. He's not going to give you that explosive or those explosive runs down the left hand side. That's a specialized wing back will do. So for Derek Con and Senaya, we really need them to do well. It's really painful that Tariq Lamptey is not fit, because he would have solved that for us and we would not really need to be thinking about much. But Senaya needs to do well. So I'm looking at those spots, fullback and wing back spots. They have to do well. In midfield also, I really want to see what the combinations will be in these 2 games. We know Partey is a guarantee, but who partners Partey and how?
Who partners Partey
and how?
That's a nice movie title.
Some serious movie title. Who partners Partey?
Yeah.
Part 1.
It's like who watches the Watchman?
1 and 2. No, true. But it's really important because it's been a serious issue. I can say for the last five major competitions we've been to. Partey is always constant, but the guy by him is always an issue. They never really quite complement each other. In terms of the balance, when we choose to attack, when we choose to defend, there's always some disconnect there somewhere. So we need to see if these partnerships are working, and these 2 games are the perfect ground to test them in.
I mean, what's the best way to partner Partey then?
It's not the best way to partner him. It is
because you mentioned that who and how.
Who and how?
Yeah.
Who and how means
I guess the question is
who he puts along.
Who he puts along.
Yeah. So when I said who and how, I mean who he puts alongside Partey and the instructions.
Exactly.
That
so that's what I was
person.
asking. What's the best way to
me personally, I like what Otto was doing with Partey last year, giving him that freedom to bump forward, and that will mean that you need somebody who is a destroyer but can also play from the back, so that you don't need Partey dropping deep to start build up and then also going, because he doesn't have the legs for that. So I would want Irenchi in midfield, but I also want a Sibo or Elisha in midfield. So that will mean something it will have to alter the way we play. But I started with Senaya because if Senaya can give us that wing back thing, then we may not need 3 forwards up there. I will go for 2. So that the wings are taken, or the wide areas are taken care of for Con and then Senaya. Then you can have 2 top, Jordan and Semenyo, and then your Sibo Irenchi, and then what's his name?
Thomas
Partey. Yeah, and if Kudus comes back, you can always work something out. But it's very important for us to get that midfield, because the 2 teams, aside Panama, England and Croatia, their strength is in the middle. So your Rice, your Bellingham, your whoever it is, Rodgers, Anderson, these guys, technically they are good and they have legs to run and put a lot of pressure on you. So you need at least 1 or 2 players in there who are very comfortable in possession, who will be able to withstand the press that they give. Croatia also have the specialist in Modric, Brozovic, Kovacic if he's playing. These guys technically are very, very good. So yeah, the Fulham guys. So they are really, really good on the ball. And if you don't have somebody who can match them, you can be found wanting. That's why I need that Partey needs to get that understanding with Irenchi as quickly as possible, because he's our best bet in helping Partey in the middle when it comes to build up play, the late runs into the box. He can add a lot to that. But that will all depend on how well Senaya does at right wing back, because we all know if Senaya doesn't do well at right wing back, like the way Schindler came and he disappointed us, then it means Irenchi will have to go there. And Irenchi is not a specialist there, but Irenchi will give you at least a 5/10, 6/10. Whereas the rest of the players are giving us 3 and 2/10. So in order for Irenchi not to play wing back, Senaya has to do well. In order for us to have an effective, a well-balanced 3-back system, Derek Korn will have to show that he's a very good wing back, which he's shown in the Bundesliga. So those are the departments I'm looking at. For the rest, I think they can figure themselves out. And also, Semenyo, yes. And what we've seen at Bournemouth and Man City, we don't need the same thing. We don't need 100%. He should give us some 70%. Some 70%. He doesn't need to score all the goals for us.
Is it me, or it's almost beginning to feel like Charlie Semenyo as a presser ban Subisa?
No, it's not. You see, it comes with the he's brought it upon himself, not in a bad way. If you go to if you are playing the Premier League, you are scoring week in, week out. You go to Manchester City,
he just won the car back.
Because of you, City are back in the title race. Then
we also demand that because of you, we should get some aura.
They are using his face as this thing,
poster boy
for Black Stars.
What do you see? What they posted when they posted this picture with the trophy? This is what he came here for. Came to win.
Yeah.
So we too. This is why we've called you.
And you see, the truth is, if Semenyo didn't join us in 2022, Anka, he's going to the World Cup with England. Simple cry.
Yeah.
So he is going, when we stand side by side with these English players there, he's better than all the attackers except Harry Kane. All of them. This season, he's outperformed all of them.
That's
except true. Harry Kane.
Including Saka.
Oh, Charlie Giles.
But look, Semenyo owes it to himself. It's been 4 years. Yesterday, on that platform, I found out that Iñaki, who we love to be rich, actually has more goals for Black Stars than Semenyo. Yeah.
And they came within the same time.
Like Iñaki gets so how many goals Iñaki
Two more.
get? How many goals Iñaki
2 more.
get?
Iñaki has 4.
Semenyo has 2. No, Semenyo get 3.
Semenyo get 3.
Yeah, get 3 goals.
Still 1 more.
Friendly then.
Look, there is no hiding place anymore.
And they came within the same time.
Yeah. The Avengers before the 2022.
No, Inaki was in before Semenyo.
Around the same time.
No, they came around the same time.
Around the same time.
No, in fact, Semenyo came before.
Yeah, Semenyo came before.
Semenyo made this, I think, the Madagascar game after
then
the...
came out of the World Cup.
So look, he owes it to himself. This team, fortunately for him, is screaming for a leader. I'm not talking about a captain. Someone who on the pitch sets the standard by their performance levels. Jordan did that, but it was across 8 games last year.
It's not true. He's been doing it for the past 18 months.
Just not enough body of work for me to say that this is his team yet. I'm saying that the ground is fertile for Semenyo. And you see, every strong Black Stars World Cup campaign has been on the back of at least 1 or 2 players who set the bar.
Give us the history.
2006, we know the guys who set the bar for us. 2010, it was Jan. And since then, when we have not had that, you have seen the outcome. 2014, 2022. So
2020,
well, yes. Except that because we didn't get out of the group. But we have seen the benefits of having characters. And you see, the World Cup, games are decided by moments. Very few teams will obliterate you throughout the 90 minutes and win by a cricket score. There are going to be those split-second moments in the game. That 3-minute spell, it probably would not even be up to that. That someone just decides that this is the way this game is going. And that is it. The game is won or lost. For Semenyo's own legacy and where he is going, he would need big performances in competitions like that. Yeah, because I'm not sure that he wants to be scoring or be topping the Premier League scorers charts and then be missing out on the big individual awards. These things are important, especially in a World Cup year.
If Semenyo does round 16 at World Cup and scores like 2 goals, CAF Player of the Year, Ballon d'Or top 10.
Look, it's within touching distance.
CAF Player of the Year.
When he didn't play the AFCON.
So World Cup here.
Oh, you win. Forget.
You win.
He didn't play the AFCON. Those who play the AFCON, they are about far ahead of him.
No, they are not far.
Because those who play the AFCON, those who play the AFCON, Senegal, Morocco, they won't go to the World Cup and also go and joke. So the Brahim Diaz and the Sadio Mane Dems and Pap Gay, you're talking as if only Ghana will go. They are some 100 points ahead of Semenyo.
Wait.
There are some 100 levels.
As we speak, none of those players is ahead of
the
Semenyo.
best African player in Europe is Semenyo. As we speak.
Yeah, but in an AFCON year that he didn't play the AFCON, it's 100
minus.
minus.
It's AFCon that was played in January.
Yes.
And we'll go to World Cup. I tell you, World Cup cannot
in an
change.
AFCON year.
No, forget.
You let's Sadio Mane, who was the African best player at the AFCon. Take Senegal to the.
No, Sadio Mane.
Now that doesn't count.
They stripped the thing off. So that one will
No,
whatever.
No, but they didn't strip off the fact that he's the best player.
It was the final contribution.
No, but they didn't. No, but the player of the tournament, they didn't take.
The player of the tournament, they don't strip.
They don't strip.
I'm saying
But
that.
remember, hype Semenyo. People have played AFCON, they didn't play. I can't hype
Those who won the AFCON, their ratings and everything they did in the AFCON, if you add it to Semenyo's body of work, at this point, none of them have more value than Semenyo. None of them has outperformed Semenyo.
Really?
None of them.
No, hang on.
None of them.
In the entire
That's what
season.
I'm saying. In the entire season, everything you've done together.
But we know how the CAF award is given. We know how it's given.
How is it given?
It's not like chin in an AFCON year you win. It's not true.
Wait, hang on.
It's not true.
There are two things.
When Mikel
In an
won the AFCON, thinking that he will win this thing, what happened to him? It's not somebody who won Premier League who went to win the thing.
No. Hang on.
This is CAF award.
In an AFCON year, Semenyo didn't play in the AFCON, so he has zero, nothing. The players who performed at the AFCON,
They are also going to the World.
they are also going to the World Cup. And their teams, let's face it, are in better shapes than ours. So if Senegal, if Morocco, even Mohamed Salah's Egypt, if even Cote d'Ivoire and others go into the World Cup, and they are also outdoing, or they are also performing well, I think they've got a better chance, because in an AFCON year, there is that. And then in the World Cup year, if we strip those things off, and those things play a significant part too, who would be, if you strip those things off, I think across the continent, the leading performer would be Antoine Semenyo and maybe Victor Osimhen.
I have a question for you. Taking into consideration everything all of these boys have done at their club level and at the AFCON for those who went there, and comparing that to Semenyo, which of those players outperformed?
Say again, I didn't catch that.
Taking into consideration the AFCON performances and what those guys have done at their club to this point, compare that to Semenyo. Which of those AFCON players has at the moment outperformed Semenyo?
I think it's just what I said. I said in their season, Semenyo has been better.
Yes.
But we cannot also overrule
I'm saying
the
put
fact
everything together.
No. So I'm saying Semenyo has had a better season, right? Because obviously play a lot more. Obviously play a lot more games for your club and everything. So there is that. I mean, it's just
as
it stands. You know, I'll put him in top 3. As it stands, he will be there, right? I'm saying that if in an AFCON year and in a World Cup year, with those other players who were standouts in the AFCON, and they have better team than we do have, and some of them have kinder draws than we have. If they go to the World Cup, the Morocco, the Senegal, those other players, and they also perform just like Semenyo we think can perform, with their performances they have from the AFCON, it will tip that skill in their favor. But that is what I just think.
If at this point as we speak,
that is why if Ghana doesn't qualify for tournaments, I'm
saying that if at this point as we speak, you admit that those AFCON performances is not enough to tip the balance to usurp Semenyo in the rankings in your own assessment.
No, at the moment, even if they are giving African Player of the Year, they might overlook Semenyo.
Would you?
I wouldn't, but they might overlook him.
Who will overlook him?
Oh, a lot of people. Because of the AFCON.
Yeah, because of the AFCON.
It's like you can't
discount it.
Yeah, because of the AFCON. And that is why
saying that. You see, don't mix out
Victor Osimhen. Let me tell you something. Victor Osimhen, as we speak now.
We've seen CAF awards.
If we go to the AFCON, CAF awards.
And look at the winner of the AFCON as against who won the
player of the year. Put Osimhen there. Put Semenyo there. Put Osimhen here. Put Semenyo here. If we go to the CAF awards today, I think Victor Osimhen will win. Do you know why? He played and excelled at the AFCON. Semenyo didn't. The only thing Semenyo has over him maybe would be that he's playing in the Premier League and he's got a lot of goals.
He's won a trophy already this season.
Oh, I'm saying.
Semenyo get one trophy.
Victor Osimhen will win the league and the cup. he always he is leading comfortably.
Turkey.
He will, yes. So I'm saying the only thing Semenyo might have over him is because he's playing in Turkey. But because Osimhen excelled, he didn't even win it. But because he excelled with Nigeria at the AFCON, if you put Semenyo and Osimhen here and Africans are voting in an AFCON year, I think that Osimhen gets the nod.
If Osimhen gets it, the difference will be those 2 trophies you mentioned.
Which one?
And
No,
not the
they've
AFCON.
not. No, he's not won the trophy. I'm saying now, as we speak now, today.
Those
I think
are the things
Osimhen will get it.
That will tip the balance in his favor. So for me, I just want to establish
Not the AFCON.
None of those players from the AFCON, as we speak, have more value from that tournament itself than Semenyo has, because he has been operating at ridiculous levels. I just need some 2 goals B from him at the World Cup. Some 2B, one in the group stage, one in the knockout phase. Let's make the round of 16.
Fentuo has joined us. He's joining us from Austria. Joined us via Zoom now. Not sure if he's stable. His connection was breaking a bit. Let me try and get to him now. Fen, can you hear me? Fen is in Austria, but his network is looking like one in Ablikuma. Fen, can you hear me?
He's talking.
He says he can hear you.
Okay, but I can't hear him, guys. You want to help me here? All right, we'll try and work it, and because we can hear you, Fent. We can hear you. So actually, profoundly, your point is that look, Semenyo at the moment is the main man in that Black Star squad.
And look, the team, we all thought it was going to be Kudus' team. But the past 1 year, it hasn't really happened for Kudus. He's had even when he started out at Spurs, he had a solid start, but sort of tapered off a bit, and then the injuries have set in. Partey is no longer at that age where you would expect him to carry the team forward. So, and Jordan is not in the best of form going into this. Look, if you are looking at the World Cup as we speak, forget Ghana, forget Africa. If you are talking about some of the best performing forwards in the world that are going to light up the World Cup purely based on what they've done at the club level, Semenyo will be on that list. He may not be the top name there, but as far as top performance from this season across Europe, domestic competitions are concerned, if you're looking for the names that people would want to watch based on their body of work from this season, Semenyo will be there. And so I think where he has gotten to and his past unsatisfactory performances, let me put it that way, for the Black Stars, look, he owes it to himself and to us. 4 years is a long time to be underperforming. And to be fair to Ghanaians, people have not berated him the way Ghanaians typically berate players who walk into the Black Stars and don't find their feet. We have been very accommodating, and I've given him a lot of grace. 4 years is a lot of time for grace period.
But at this point, though, is it Semenyo who needs to do more for the Black Stars, or there is something that maybe Otto has got to do to get more from Semenyo himself? I don't know. I think your sound is not coming. I'm not sure.
Sorry.
What's happening. Yeah.
It's better now.
Yeah.
I'm the one who did it. Apologies. I'm saying that we've seen him under 3 different managers playing a number of different roles, and in all, he has still not quite settled with the team. Jordan blamed the lack of synergy, lack of understanding between the players. He said it would take time. That's what he blamed it on. Lai granted an interview. He said the pitches here are a bit bumpy. They don't help his game, which is kind of true because he's a sort of guy who likes to run and meet chances. And then when it comes to that or that sort of game style, you need the pitch to be predictable so that he can get on the end of these chances. And he's not quite gotten that. But this will be a perfect opportunity for him. Playing at the Ernst Happel Stadium has one of the best pitches in the world. And then we are playing in Stuttgart. Is this Stuttgart we are playing?
Yeah, Stuttgart.
Yeah,
in Germany, Stuttgart.
A sweet pitch. And then when we go to the United States of America, that one to some way. But at least it rose. The United States of America. You have to start getting used to it, man. So that one, the pitch, no. At least the ball moves nicely. So it will be a very good opportunity for him. But I think the player himself also needs to take responsibility. That thing we do, no, that when we don't like a player, no, he our science is fault. But when we like a player, we blame the coach for the player not doing well. Like, it needs to be consistent. Or you need to add context to it when you are blaming things. I'm saying that Semenyo, he also has a responsibility. He needs to show up. He needs to show us that he's capable, as Atsu has said, capable of leading this team. It's not his team. As for this team, it's not his team. Because I have seen tournament kudus. Tournament kudus is a different beast. So as for I don't have an issue with him. Because I know when the tournament comes, he will do his due. Partey under the right circumstances will do his due. Jordan, over the past 18 months, have shown us that it's not just in terms of the goals, chances created, leadership on the pitch, he has it. So that last guy in the attack, no, Semenyo, if that's what I'm saying, we don't need 100%, we don't need some giddy. If he just increases the thing a notch higher, gives us some 70-75%. See, I promise you. The English defenders and things, they are afraid. They know the danger that these guys have. They know. So if you can pump some fear into them, these last friendlies, let people know that, okay, fine, you are finally settling into this team. You are getting more comfortable. You are understanding your teammates better. I think he can cause problems. But also, that thing Otuado, and this is where I'll blame Otuado. That thing Otuado does where, you remember the Madagascar game? Where he put him in the middle. And then when we boom the ball, then he's the only one there. He's isolated. And he's not that player. He's not like a center forward who will hold that play. He doesn't do that thing. Then he'll be running after the ball like that. Yeah. And then in the second half, when we got a big compact, he was using him like decoy runs. So you remember the Kudus goal? Semenyo is the one who ran and took the defenders away, and then Kudus made the late run. He can give him a much better role where he will be the one meeting the chances, because now he's proven at the highest level that he can be trusted when it comes to putting the ball in the back of the net. It's a plus for the Black Stars. So he can also alter his role a bit so that it can get him into the game and get him more influential in the game. And that way, Charlie, I don't fear anything, Charlie.
Let's try Fent again. Fent, let's try you again. Okay, let's try you again, Fent. Can you hear me? Is it tomatoes you are showing us, or what is this, Charlie?
Tomato cocos Danieli. This thing is Karim's fault. Karim! That guy is talking, the sound bar is showing that the bar is not coming on this thing. Why? What is sabotaging?
We can hear Fent.
The sound bar is showing that the thing is coming. The guy is clear. I can see the video clear.
Fent says he can hear us. He can hear all we are saying, but we can't hear you. We can.
Or he didn't join with the audio.
He didn't join with audio. The audio bar is showing. See, when he's talking, see. So it's from here. It's from Karim.
Karim and Jojo.
Anyway, we are still fixing it, Fent. We're still fixing it. We're still fixing it, and we'll see how we can get around it. We see how we can get around it. Okay, but I think one area that maybe we haven't touched on a bit, because at least is it two players have been brought in to try and to be tested in that area. Patrick Pfeiffer and Lucassen. I see something before the TL top say, Charlie, chairman in the chop yellow cartoon. So no. You've got to be fair. You've got to be fair with the boys, all right? Yeah. You've got to be fair with the boys. I guess they chop like 70 yellow cards or something like that. Yeah. Okay, I think they're still working on sound, so it's somewhere. So I mean, Sitcho, just touch on that for me. That defensive area. Jiku has returned to the team. We're hoping that at least he will come in and meet Salisu. Salisu is injured. He's not going to be at the World Cup. So right now we are looking for a replacement for Salisu. All those Jonas Ajete is in the squad. And which other?
Jerome.
Yeah, Jerome. Jerome is also in the squad.
The partnership is going to be Jerome and Jiku. I think the partnership is going to be Jerome and Jiku. I absolutely think it's going to be that.
Not a three.
No, if he's going to go for a three, he's going to find a third person. But whatever happens, the constant two will be Jerome and Jiku. For me, Jerome has been around the squad for a very long time now. I'll be surprised if Jiku and Jerome can strike a partnership quickly. It's always been Salisu and Jiku when the two of them are available, but in their absence, it's been Jerome who's slotted in. And because it's been around the team for a long time, they've trained together. They would know themselves. They would understand what they can do together. So I think that the natural fix there would be Jerome and Jiku. If he's going to go with a 3-back, he's going to throw in an extra, centre back there. But those two are going to be the ones that I think are going to go for it. Pfeiffer and Lucassen, they are also interested options for Otto to have. I feel sorry for Otto because he's not had a good look at these players in game mode before, really. And these two friendly games are not necessarily the friendly games you want to test new players, because you want to also keep the players you think you're going to use to give them the opportunity to play, strike chemistry, strike coordination, strike understanding. So if it was maybe a couple of months ago when we went to the Kirin Cup and then Pfeiffer and then Lucassen were there, then you can have a good look at them in game mode. But now we are 3 games away from the World Cup, 3 friendly games away from the World Cup. You play against Austria today, you play against Germany. I think they'll get a running. I think he'll give them game time to have a look at who they really are. But I think his first point of call would be those two I mentioned earlier, Jiku and Jerome Opoku.
On any day. I mean, if that's the case, then if that's the case, that Charlie, you brought the 2 guys in, and at best you're just going to see how they'll perform at training. You look at them at training, they'll get some 10-15 minutes. I mean, if that's the case, then why don't you go for players that you've seen play before? Someone like Joseph Edu, for instance.
Yeah. Especially for Lucassen, for me, I was thinking, if he's going to come in now, then he's got to be a specialist at something we don't have in the team. He's coming into the team to fix something.
And have you seen anything that...
I'm not sure what that is. So I'm saying that if you're going to call somebody like him now, it's not as if it's a young prospect that you want to bring him around the squad to get him to get a feel of what the Black Stars really is and learn the culture. At his age and around this time, if he's going to come into the Black Stars and make his debut, then he's got to come in and fix something peculiar. And I hope that is what Otto and his group are looking at. But if that is not the case, then I'm not sure why he's here, right? But of course, these 2 friendly games will give us a lesson or teach us, get us to learn a bit more about him. It's only a shame that Salisu and Mumin are injured. Those 2 really would have given us, if you have Jiku, you have Jerome, you've got Mumin, you've got Salisu. That 4 could be a very good mix for the manager to pick from, even when he wants to go the 3-back and what have you. But without those 2, Mumin, who I hope is going to be fit in time for the World Cup, and Salisu, then the manager now is beginning to, again, maybe also he knows what to expect from Edu. Maybe he knows what to expect from him. And maybe he's not the kind of defender he really wants. Again, if you have Jiku, who is fit and is going to play, he and Edu are going to play the same space actually at the back. Right? And so what he really needs is somebody who play on the other side. On the left side, where Salisu playing, and Jerome is a natural fit for that. So yeah, we'll see how those 2 boys will make their debut and show us what they have.
Beyond what Sitsofe has explained, and it's in the spirit of the same logic, whatever Lucassen is bringing has to be something that we cannot find in the national pool. Beyond even the players that Otto has selected, it has to be something that Joseph Edu doesn't have. Nicolas Opoku, who is about the best performing Ghanaian centre-back now, plays every week at a very high level in Turkey. All of these players should not have what this man is bringing, especially for the baggage that he comes with. That disciplinary record, it scares me. And the timing of his call-up suggests that he's coming to do something important in the team. And so for someone like that, the scrutiny is warranted. And that is why I am disappointed that, for whatever reason, the FA didn't think that Otuado needed to help hold a press conference and address some of these. Kill the speculations, because we need to know. You need to justify some of these invitations. Why was Lucassen not invited a year ago, 18 months ago, but now? What does he have that the other players that we have seen play for the national team in the last 2 or 3 years, some of whom have actually gotten better and are playing at higher levels than before? Why is he getting in ahead of them? Is it tactical? Is it a matter of skill set? We need to understand. The Daniel Ajay, his numbers are incredibly underwhelming for a centre forward. So we need to hear from the coach, or we needed to hear from the coach, why those forwards, why that centre back, why that midfielder is coming into the team. What do you have in mind for them, so that amongst us we can interrogate what he said. We are not supposed to agree with him, but it is the coach's duty to explain his decisions to the people. It happens everywhere. Sometimes the coach has to look. This week, Thomas Tuchel has had to, in the press conference, he dedicated about 3 minutes or so on the Trent and Ben White issue. There is a potential conflict of interest in that matter. There are those who are saying that the whole decision to drop Trent is not sporting. It may have been playing on the mind of the manager, because in answering that coach, Tuchel actually said it is a sportive decision and not anything other than what people are suggesting. Apparently, Thomas Tuchel went on holidays with a lady that used to date Trent Alexander-Arnold. And the speculation is that because of a potential conflict of interest, he's now involved with someone who was Trent's ex and all of that. That matter was addressed, even though he didn't speak to it directly. He spoke to the structure of the team and why Trent is not in the team. It kills that speculation. So yes, you have seen the pictures of the man with the lady, but the coach is telling you it is not even a factor. Just an example to show you that elsewhere and everywhere, coaches would explain their colours. They would explain.
Tuchel they come out Trent in X.
Yes.
That be the rumor.
Oh, don't be rumor. The pictures they carry the girl.
Right now, they believe every picture you see.
I didn't say they are dating. I said he carried the girl.
If they come out, if you carry somebody, you know they do anything with go holiday. Holiday.
But you go carry and go holiday where you don't say go.
Holiday.
Yeah, they talking.
Vacation.
You say what? Yeah, they talking about. So even if you obey, what they can do for holiday?
That's why.
If it be lunch, we go talk say maybe. By either day beginnings that day they say it be holiday pay.
So you see, it's probably why the guy had to use the word sportive. That the decision was purely sportive, and there were no outside issues over there. All of this to say that everywhere in the world, coaches explain the decisions they make.
And you think Otuado should have at least?
I think he should have, especially on Lucasen and Daniel Ajay. Also, in terms of what do you want to achieve specifically with this group for these qualifiers. Of course, the obvious is there for all of us to see.
Wait, Daniel Ajay, no. All the difference between his numbers and come out these numbers. You will relax more, make you relax for the guy.
Kamal Dean is used to the team already. Me, if I had my way, he wouldn't be getting this many opportunities until we start seeing him replicate what he does elsewhere. Which in itself is not something that you can mention and say that because he's done enough to get into the Black Stars. Kamal Dean's performance and numbers, they don't impress me. But it's a name that you are used to.
Fake news.
When you are seeing these people around,
say,
yeah, I want to see, I want to know why.
Say, please.
Why is Daniel raising his hand?
Atsu was speaking to fake news.
Which one?
The picture he saw with the Tuchel, they say it's AI. It's AI. So the people wanted to do some this thing. We just checked.
AI said it was him.
AI said it was him.
AI said it was AI.
So it's an AI generated between Tuchel. Because I know Tuchel and I know Tuchel's his style.
I know his taste.
I know in taste. So they say Trent in X. Which are not Trent in taste. Yeah, that's in the two.
They connect.
They connect.
No.
They connect.
No be AI. Because I read it from the British tabloids. No, they took the pictures.
But they didn't like that.
What they did not do was to say that he's dating a girl. No, they just showed you the picture. That's the lady. No, she.
You didn't like the girl.
No. Oh, but somebody who I don't know how.
Charlie, just.
No, asking about the girl, she nice, she be autist.
No, she look good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the way they take the. All right, we're going to try Fent again, maybe for the last time, and see if we can finally hear him.
Jump.
That's Jerome.
Yeah, Jerome. Try turn the camera wall. We can't the camera.
We don't want to see your face. We don't want to see your face. Show us Capito. Friends, it's okay. We don't want to see your face. Show us Capito and the boys.
Friends say I'm in charge. I'm in charge.
Can you hear me, Zach?
Yeah, I can hear
now
you.
they hear you. Friend, turn the camera. We don't want to see your face. Who was that? Was that Gideon or Jerome?
Okay, sorry. I forgot that I'm not that important. The front of the camera. See Star Boys and Menyo Day.
Semenyo.
Ziggy, that's Semenyo.
Call Semenyo, give you. Call Semenyo, give me.
Hey, Semenyo.
Antoine.
Antoine Semenyo, man.
He's signing autographs.
Yeah, they're signing the jersey.
So.
Yeah. Yeah, Charlie, live from the Black Stars Hotel. Fentuo is there, and we are seeing the boys. They are signing some Black Star jersey like
Who
that.
is next? Who that?
Yeah, Fentuo is next?
We Lucas. No.
Sanaya.
If it come out, Dino.
No, is it come out in?
No, not come out. It don't be come out, Dino.
Fatai Saku walking by.
Yeah.
Say hi to the guy.
Come on, Dean.
So basically,
Charlie, turn your camera now.
players are
We have
heading
to
out of
clean
the
our
hotel.
necks before.
Ketino, your boy say hi.
Ketinho.
So anyway, so as you can see, my hands are full. I'm recording here. I'm doing here. That's the job. That's the template for the job. So basically, the players are heading out of the hotel to head to the stadium for the game, and it's coming up to 4:00, which is about 2 hours to kick off, and so the players have to make their way out of the hotel into the team bus and then head over to the stadium. It's been a very chaotic day, to be honest.
Fent, if you can hear me, can you rotate your screen so that, yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. If you can hear me too, can you please rotate your screen for us?
Zach, can you hear me?
I can. I'm asking if you can rotate your screen for us.
You want to see the front of my...
No, rotate it. That's just...
screen.
Rotate your screen.
Yeah,
landscape.
Okay, you want to... Oh, you want to see the back camera, isn't it?
Hey.
No, please give us
So
a
like
landscape.
That is what is happening. Hold on a
So you
second.
could do this and you were Akwepa. But this guy.
All right, I guess we'll
Forgive me, I'm an old man now, so technology is not my forte.
Yes. You can go ahead.
Yeah, so I was saying that it's been a very chaotic day, to be honest. I'm sure all of you saw the reports from earlier about the robbery in the team hotel. And it's not robbery per se. I got here around 8:30 a.m. and I came into the middle of the entire story. So basically what happened was that 2 days ago, they got back from training and one of the technical team members noticed that his 400 euros had been stolen. And then one of the players also checked and realized that his watch had been stolen. Now, the player's watch is reportedly worth around 20,000 USD or 20,000 euros, something of that sort. Now, while they were trying to sort it out and figure out how that happened, the next day they went to training again and came back, which was Wednesday, and they realized that another player's watch, this time a Rolex that is valued around 14,000 or so USD, had also been taken from the room. And the technical team member, whose 400 euros was stolen on the first day, also had some 2,250 euros stolen from his room. So obviously now they became alarmed and reported to the hotel staff. and they insisted on seeing the CCTV footage to see what exactly happened. The Austrian police were involved in the matter, and to the shock of everybody, there was no CCTV footage or CCTV cameras on the floor of the Black Stars players. Now, I live in the same hotel as the Black Stars players. To be honest, and full disclosure here, I was booked into a different hotel. But once I got here and found out that there was space in here, I booked a hotel room in this hotel just so that I could be closer to the players. It makes chasing content so much easier. Now, I did try to find out exactly why there is no camera operative in the Black Stars floor. Where I live on the 3rd floor of the same hotel. There is a camera. So I was surprised when I saw the story that the camera wasn't operative on the Black Stars floor. So I went up there and I checked. And truly, the cameras, in fact, there are no cameras installed on the 5th floor of the hotel. So that makes the entire investigation quite difficult to pursue because there is no way of telling who, when, and how anyone entered the Black Stars hotel rooms. Now, it's worth mentioning that it was not a break-in, so there was no forced entry. It was a case of thievery or stealing rather than robbery. You know, in the Ghanaian sense, when they say somebody has robbed somebody, we think violence, we think a break-in, we think gunpoint, we think all of that stuff. And what we are picking up is that there were some maintenance workers at the hotel on both days, and they had access to the rooms because we're fixing some stuff in the various rooms, so they obviously had access to the rooms. So now the assumption is that they might have been those who did the stealing. But as things stand, there is no headway whatsoever as far as this investigation. And the Black players only have night to stay at this hotel before they head out to Germany tomorrow. I spoke to some players earlier who have said, in fact, I spoke to the 2 players whose items were stolen, and they've said that while they were a little rattled by the incident, they're focusing on the game, which is the job at hand later tonight. And as you saw, they've headed out to the stadium to try and go get ready for that particular game with kickoff just under 2 hours. One thing that is particularly worthy of note, though, is this.
Fen, just before you go, just before you continue, do you have an idea the specific players whose items were stolen?
Absolutely. I know who those players are. However, I'm not at liberty to say because of, it's very important to protect the identity of the players because now what if one of those players' family members didn't know that he had a $20,000 watch? So you don't want to sell them out, to be honest. So it is, you have to, and that's the thing about journalism. You also have to be sensitive to the people you're dealing with. And this sort of information, because of the sheer nature of it, at the moment, I don't think it's right to mention which 2 players, because then that could create even bigger problems for them than the $20,000 watch that they have misplaced. So that's that. But the point I was trying to make, Ms. Bao, is this. What it has done is that it's created a sense of insecurity for the players. And all of the players that left the hotel today, some players actually all their money and all their jewelry and put it in their backpacks and take it with them to the hotels. Now, that takes us back to 2014 when they paid the players $100,000. A lot of them took the money to the stadium. And at halftime, the first thing they did was run into the dressing room to check whether the money was in there. Because at the time as well, if you remember, the moment they were paid, thieves actually broke into the Black Stars hotel. $1,000 with
fence line seemed to be breaking a bit, but
might come steal them once they were gone. And a lot of them that made that decision were right in the end because Musbao, while they were at the stadium for that Portugal game, when they came back, their hotel was ransacked. So these players know. And they have that sort of history behind them because they've also got players who were in that squad in 2014. John Pencil is here. Samuel John is here with the team. Even Stephen Appiah, even though he didn't play in 2014, was part of the team. So all those players, they had that experience, and so they must have. They would have told them that at this instance, the only way that you can control your own destiny is try and keep and take all your most valuable possessions with you to the stadium.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, Fent, as far as the investigations are concerned, if you can hear me, what else have you picked? Is the FA, is there any attempt to try and compensate the players, replace the items lost, or what are the arrangements being put in place to try and help the players?
No, so far there's not been any mention of that. Obviously, still early days yet. But I think as the day goes by, or even by tomorrow, by the time they leave, we should have had a bit more to share with regards to this investigation. What I know for sure right now is that the Austrian police have been involved. They were here actually at the hotel to take statements from the players and from some of the hotel staff. So I think at this point, we don't have any new updates yet. But I think in terms of compensation conversation, that would be something that probably would be had a little later once it's become clearer that perhaps any efforts to retrieve the items might not be worth the efforts because apparently perhaps it's not heading anywhere. But at the moment, I don't think any sort of that conversation with regard to that has been had at all. We've had quite a number of people that have also come here for the game. The veteran Kwabena has also been here as well. And you've got the guys in the studio at Joe FM. We want to say hi to you. Have you a quick word on what you've been here a lot earlier than I did. You were here much earlier. What do you make of everything that's happened up until this point, including this morning's news about the thievery and all of that stuff? What have you seen about the spirit of the team, the players?
I think his spirit is very, very high. And this is not difficult to understand because these two matches are built up to the World Cup. Every single player wants to be part of the World Cup. And whether you're going to be part of the Cup or not will depend on your performance in the upcoming friendly matches. So over the last 5 days during training sessions, it's been very, very, very hectic. And Otto privately said he's got a pleasant difficulty. And that difficulty is that everybody is playing so well that he's struggling to even settle on his first 11. I mean, it's been brilliant. And yesterday, we just had a hint during the last training session at the stadium. All along, they had been training at their FA facility, which is about 7 pitches. But yesterday, they trained at the Apple Stadium in the evening, which was very, very cold. The condition was like 5 degrees and it was very windy. But we had a glimpse into the team that is likely to play. Between Atisiga and Asari, it's so difficult to settle on one. From yesterday, one kept the post in the first half, the other kept in the second. Caleb, clearly, UNG, is likely to pitch out on the right side of defense. And on the left side, between Caleb and Kuhn.
Gideon Mensah and Kuhn.
Gideon Mensah and Kuhn. And then in the central defense, of course, Jiku is always present with Ajeti, and Jonas. Then Jonas Ajeti. And then you have in the middle Party, the experienced hands of Party, as well as Ishaku, Antoine Semenyo on the left side, and the captain of the side, Jordan, and then Prince. So likely this to be the starting lineup. But I've said it time and again in interviews and conversations to this build-up, I think Austria starts as the favorites. Not many Ghanaians know much about the Austrian team, but it's a team on the ascendancy. Ever since Rani took over this team, it's been brilliant. And don't forget, since 1998, they've never qualified for the World Cup. They've benefited from the expanded format. And this is a team that has not lost a single match in the last 3 years at their stadium. So it's a brilliant side. And if you look at the lineup of the side, this is a team that has a number of players from Leipzig, about 3-4 of them, from Bayern Munich, from Wolfsburg. So very experienced side indeed. And I personally think that chauvinism aside, sense of nationalism aside, I think Austria should start as the favorites. We should lower expectation. I'll be very, very excited if the Black Stars can win this match, because this is a World Cup preparatory match. And the significance for me is the fact that we did not qualify for the Africa Cup of Nations, which would have served as the preparatory ground for us. So these matches are very, very important. If we had played at AFCON, we would have had a fair idea of who are ready for the side. So this is very, very important. And I know the boys want to win. Don't forget, in 3 days' time, the team will play against Germany. It'll be wonderful if they can win today to serve as a morale booster for the game against the Germans. I pray earnestly that the team would win today, but from a purely footballing perspective, I think Austria would start as a favorite.
The venerable Kwabena Yeboah with wonderful thoughts. Thank you so much, and all the best. I'll be seeing you at the stadium.
Great.
So you have Kwabena Yeboah with his thoughts on the game. As I indicated, quite a number of ex-players, journalists here as well. I see Prince of Goals has also been here to support the team live on Joe FM. Prince, what are your thoughts on the game, especially the conversation around Antoine Semenyo, who is firing from all angles, and we're yet to get the best out of him. From where you stand, how do you think we can get the best out of him and make sure that he translates that form from Man City into the Black Stars?
Yeah, I think whenever he's had a good position, I mean, we don't need to delay. We have to make the ball go straight to him, because when you check his games in UK, wherever they find him, they don't delay the ball. So one thing I would urge him to do is to just relax when the chance comes, so that he will take it, perfectly. I think that's the only thing. I mean, the composure when you get the ball, knowing that, you're about to score. Yeah. It takes just 1 second concentration to make it happen. When you lose it, you might lose the chance. So I think he's doing quite well. So we hope he'll continue and make us proud.
Quick word on pre-tournament friendlies. You were part of the 2010 squad. Before the tournament, we played against the Netherlands. We lost that game by 4-1, and we went there, so went all the way to the quarterfinals. How important is it to play pre-tournament friendlies? And is the importance on the performance of the team or the scoreline, whether we win those matches or not? Where do you think the importance lies?
I think what we got into right now, you can't win all the pre-matches and the tournament and go to the main tournament and not performing so well. So I think results doesn't really matter when we get to this stage. All that we want is the best part, for the World Cup. So, performance has to start from now, because we have maybe just some few friendlies before the tournament. So that's what we have to put in consideration. Okay.
I appreciate you. Thank you very much. So, Prince Tego, with his thoughts there, so he emphasized the importance of releasing the ball. Yes. He emphasized the importance of releasing the ball a lot quicker to Antoine Semenyo. He believes that is the key to getting the best out of him. So emphasizing on a certain tendency for our midfielders to hold on to the ball for a little too long. And I think this is something that I think we've spoken about. I don't know if it's Citro or Daniel that has spoken about it in the past, about the fact that our midfielders need to pick the passes a lot quicker. And that's probably the argument that many people make with Bao in favor of perhaps playing a player like Thomas Partey a little further forward, because he's got the ability and the foresight to see those runs from our forward players and pick out those passes. So it'll be very interesting to see what Otuado does and what he settles on in terms of the attacking lineup, or the ones that play behind him, because that could be the turning point and the difference between getting the best out of Semenyo or getting the Semenyo of the last 3 years.
All right, Fen. Thank you very much. We'll have to allow you, and sure you head into the stadium now. That's Fentuo joining us all the way from Austria as the team gets set to play Austria in that friendly game. Well, Sitcho, quite some interesting revelation. We're hearing that Calibre and Chu might actually be playing where we're hoping to see Senaya play, right?
Yep.
We all heard it right.
Yeah.
That's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, but to be honest, when he's been in the camp, he's played more of a right back than any other position. We're just hoping that he plays more natural role as a midfielder. But yeah, that is what the legendary Kwabena picked up from training. Let's wait for the starting 11 to find out what a team in itself will really be.
Interesting. Well, we'll see if some of you have sent your messages. We'll try and read it. Of course, game plan proudly brought to you by Betway. Get way more. And of course, Western Union also send and receive money around the world. Send and receive money around the world. Only on Western Union. Also, we've got an interesting competition that coming up. It's patriotic song competition. We're still in the Ghana, man. And you ready to show your patriotic spirit? Then be ready to test your knowledge on our nation's songs and win big. Of course, it's been happening on Joy FM and Joy Prime, and we presented the patriotic song competition. So all you need to do is this: a national anthem will be played. We'll pause it, and then that will be your cue to join in and win big. So all you need to do is to call in and continue the lyrics from where the music stopped and stand the chance to win amazing gift. Okay, so this competition, of course, has been unfolding on the various platforms and is being sponsored by GCB, your Bank for Life, Ayuda, Ghana's #1 services app, Abaco Services, Bebre, Woodin, Vibe Ghana, Yomi Yogurt, and Nourish and Choice. And I'm sure quite a number of you have been winning already, and it's going to continue until the end of this month. Okay, there's also the 10th Ghana CEO Summit and Expo, and we are saying a big hooray to all our esteemed CEOs. Ghana's leading business leadership conference, the Ghana CEO Summit and Expo, is marking 10 years of leadership impact and a future of possibilities. And we're inviting you to the highly anticipated 10th Ghana CEO Summit and Expo on Monday, the 18th of May, 2026, from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Kempinski Gold Coast Hotel in Accra. The theme is accelerating Ghana's economic transformation, driving bold reforms through leadership, technology, and industrialization for sustainable growth. The summit will convene 1,000 top CEOs, policymakers, investors, and global dignitaries to explore actionable strategies and forge high-impact partnerships. So key highlights will include special presidential CEO business dialogue with the President John Mahama. We've got the CEO Government Compact 2026 launch, the CEO Masterclass plenary and business case presentation. We've got exclusive CEO networking and brand spotlight expo. We've got Ghana CEO Excellence Recognition Gala. And we've got the high-level CEO government dialogues which will be taking place. And all you need to do is to register now at www.ghanaceosummit.com. For inquiries and sponsorship, you can call 054-639-1970 or 024-468-7222. And you can also reach us at info@ghanaceosummit.com. And it's powered by CEO Network Ghana in partnership with Deloitte, PwC, EY, Ghana Investment Promotion Center, State Interest and Governance Authority, SIGA, and the University of Ghana, and of course, Multimedia Group. Ghana CEO Summit and Expo, a decade of leadership impact, a future of possibilities. And of course, terms and conditions do apply. And while the Black Stars are getting ready for the World Cup, there are quite a number of shows that are also rolling on Joy FM and on Joy News as we prepare for the World Cup. The Destination 2026, the road to the World Cup is here. Of course, the World Cup is here again with infinite storylines. And we've got some special shows which have been rolling on your superstation Joy FM. Every Thursday at 8 p.m., make a date with Atsu Tamakloe as it brings you Destination 2026. It's going to be your weekly stop on the journey to football's biggest show. And of course, it did air yesterday and will continue until the World Cup starts. And so there's a similar show on Joy News at 6 p.m. every Friday. And of course, will be happening today too. So you can tune in and enjoy it all. So Betway, Western Union are proud sponsors of the show today. And we're going to be wrapping up very shortly on it. A few messages have been coming through. We've seen some of your messages. This one says, the Black Stars have a great opportunity to give Ghanaians a reason to support them at the World Cup through these friendlies. The newly invited players must give up their very best to justify their inclusion. Let's all pray for the Black Stars and support them to shine at the Mundial. Go Black Stars, go. Prosper from Dacoman sending the message there. And of course, what's your prediction for the game tonight? It's going to be starting very, very shortly. We've got live commentary here. Daniel, we've got live commentary, right? Sorry, I'm not hearing you.
From 5.
Okay, he's on Hitz FM, right?
Yeah, Hitz FM.
From
5, yeah.
Oh, Charlie, Samuel. I did see the time. Things say not 4.
Nah, good knock to me.
I did see 1454. Mama, I don't see the one.
You see the one.
I said comment them. Or something good.
No, for chop.
Yeah, so when Fen said, Charlie, the match is in 2 hours' time, I said, why? Then change the time or something. Yeah, he didn't do it like, somewhere. Anyway, yeah, so on Hitz, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, on Hitz. The Monday to another commentary day.
Yeah, Monday. We are here back again. Fantastic. Germany versus Ghana.
Germany versus,
Charlie.
2014, eh?
Yeah. Party versus Verts.
Party versus
Verts. Flowing Verts. This guy did a German side, the Stellar boy.
Yeah.
He did a team inside. The nose guy. I won't see him more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jiku and Havertz.
Yeah,
take him back to
Jiku and Watermada.
What?
Watermada.
Watermurder.
Yeah. But that game will be. That will be a nice game to watch.
Then Rudiger versus Jordan.
I read a battle day.
Not Jordan.
Also, go wide small.
I will go wide small.
Yeah. So Rudiger for handle and for you.
Rudiger then Jordan.
Jordan.
Go gam go to. Rudiger if you jump it, go guy go to before you go land there.
You lose your bearings.
So you go guy go to.
Jordan.
Charlie. Yeah, that would be nice. That would be a nice game.
Then Otto versus Nagelsmann. Yeah, that be the battle. No, the players they forget them. Maybe the
two German boys.
Otto talks say they listen to Tuchel, then Klopp.
But
I don't talk about
that.
Wait. Otto
you know them people.
Otto say they listen Klopp, then Tuchel, then things. When Nagelsmann too talks say they listen Klopp. So them what they get the same approach.
They're like students of
the
same.
So them what they take the same approach. So we'll see.
Yeah.
No, but Nagelsmann get more opportunities than Otto.
But you get the same.
Otto the time in the good class in the Sensenam.
Yeah.
You know that. You know she stay the class.
Let me buy one.
Yeah, she stay the class.
You know that. Some sending. NSS for the. They don't send us to go buy the thing. Go see the woman come.
Come on, Charlie.
Before you can take the money.
It's like, make her go buy the thing. No. Go see say come on. Make her see say I go buy.
So if you be smarter, you go scan and see the other possibilities.
Yeah.
So if you give the briefing.
You go fit buy as you come there. Somebody go call you from the office say, I see where you catch no. The next 2 junctions, some go be there. Make you buy the first one, the third one.
When they watch you from the top.
The third one that go be.
No, they see say you enter the building. So, Charlie, wait, man.
Oh, Charlie.
Wait,
Oba.
Yeah.
You fit buy go before here. No go buy the plantain. They go buy plantain for you because they go before you the B pass this one and this one plantain.
We say use one for.
Very interesting.
Use one for.
Me, who NSS.
That be what to do.
And that boy Dani talk.
Oh no, I be true.
Otto be Dani guy.
Tonight be the buy the cover or the watching.
No, like then they send them. That be the thing. Then they send them.
I see the NSS too.
So the group work, you know, so that day.
See, then get the boys where they carry the food and the boys where they buy the food.
They buy the food. Yeah. When they get the boys who they wash the plate.
The job hard.
Try hard.
Well, guys, that's all we have for you. You can make a date and on Hitz 103.9 FM at 5 p.m. bring a live commentary. And if you don't like the Black Stars game, you're watching and it's boring and you don't want to enjoy, you can join us. We are doing Destination 2026. Okay, yeah, you can watch. We'll tell you all the latest as far as the World Cup is concerned. Yeah, somewhere. Yeah, that on Tuesday.
There are people whose hearts cannot take.
Yeah, so just tune to Joy News and Charlie. We'll give you all you need to know, the latest as far as the World Cup is concerned. Okay, yeah. But if you want to watch the game tour, you won't watch if you did taxi inside. You know, some of you can't even. You won't watch the game.
If you watch,
is it Kanda or where it is? You know we Kanda. The roadside that
the Kanda.
Yeah, grandmasters.
Yeah,
Kanda. Yeah, you can. Yeah, that's where Sitsofe will be. We'll be on the Kanda highway.
Yeah.
The Kanda highway. Yeah.
Grandmasters.
The grandmasters, Charlie. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for coming, and we're back same time next week with more. And of course, do take good care of yourselves.